Hi, I'm Liz with Liz's Crafts, and today I'm going to show you how I made this Holy Family tree scene. So I have this fall decor that actually the triangle came from the Dollar Tree, and I had made fall decor out of it, but I'm going to redo it. So what I'm going to do is take the green acrylic paint, and this is in Kelly Green. And I'm going to paint the tree. Well, I'm going to call it a tree. It's a triangle. And I'm just going to take my large sponge dauber to do that. And I only have to give it one coat. So I'm doing the back of it. And then I'm going to dry it with my heat gun. And then just touch up any spots that I might have missed. And then I'm going to do the sides. Doing the same thing, just doing a dauber, and I only had to do one coat on this too. And the Kelly Green is apple barrel acrylic paint. As I do each side, I go ahead and dry it with my heat gun. So once I got the sides done, I'm going to do the inside of it. And this material that's on there is an upholstery material. So it's, I don't know, not like a burlap, but it's a thicker material. I had gotten an upholstery book from a place that recovers furniture, and this was just a piece of it. And I didn't want to take it back out. I thought it would just be easier to paint it. And I make sure that I get the inside corners real well. And you can do that by kind of smushing the sponge on the brush into the corner, like I'm doing right there. But this, if you've watched my channel for any time, you know this is my preferred way of painting, is using a sponge dauber. Because it usually, even if you use acrylic paint, it usually only takes one coat of paint. So there I am getting in the corners there. You want to get those so you don't see any of the background color on there. You want it all to be green. Again, you can kind of see how I'm doing the corners so that I get it all painted. It is a little difficult, and I probably could have taken a brush and done it a little bit better, but I didn't really think about that until later. So once I get it all painted, then I'm going to dry it with my heat gun. Oh no, I switched to a smaller sponge dauber and get those corners there. I was still thinking about sponge daubers and, didn't think about using a regular paintbrush. Now here's where I'm finishing blow drying it, or drying it. And you can still see the design in the back of it where it says fall. That was a stencil with some brown chalk paste. So you can see it, and that's why I'm going over it with another coat of paint. And then I dry that with my heat gun. And then I decide that, you know, some of the letters there are closer to the edges. So I was just giving it a little bit more paint too. I guess the most time-consuming thing in this project is just painting this triangle green. And now what I have is some Spanish moss, and this came from the Dollar Tree. They don't have much of it anymore. This was a bag that I've had for quite a while. I've kind of forgot that I had it. And I'm just going to use the pieces that kind of fell off the moss. You know, you get that, it does make a mess, and you get that stuff that just kind of falls out of the bag. Well, that's what I'm using for the bottom of this. I thought that would work a little bit better than, you know, the big pieces of the moss. And I did think it worked pretty good. And I just dumped a little bit more out there. And of course, if you want more, all you have to do is pick up the moss and, you know, handle it, and you'll get all kinds of this everywhere. Now, this is a nativity scene that I got from Hobby Lobby last year, I think it was, when it was 90% off. So it was 79 cents because it was $7.99. I do see that they have these this year, and they're $6.99. So these are the Mary, the Joseph, the baby Jesus that were in that package, and then the manger that Jesus is going to lay on. And I'll just take that tag off. I do not like tags on my stuff. So I just heat it up with a hot heat gun, and it comes right off. Now, Joseph's burlap outfit was a little up over his head. It was kind of, well, I don't know how to say it, but there was air between his head and his head covering. So I glued it down more so that it would be more on his head. And then I got a little piece of that burlap that came off his excuse me, his robe there, and I tied it around his waist for a belt. So Joseph's ready. Just trimmed up the ends to his belt. Gonna zoom you guys in so you can see better what I'm doing. And this is the manger for baby Jesus. And I'm just getting some more of that moss. And I'm gonna put it, I'm just, you know, kind of gobbing it up in my hand, swirling it around, rolling it around. But see all those pieces that come off? Well, anyway, I just put some hot glue on the manger and put the moss on top of it. Spread it out a little bit. Once I spread it out, I'm going to give it a little trim. Just working it, working it. This is where I decide I need to give it a trim. I don't mind if some of it hangs over, but it was a little too much. Now I'm just going to add some hot glue to the back of baby Jesus, and I'm just going to put him right on top of that moss. So there's baby Jesus wrapped in swaddling clothes lying in a manger. I needed some more, I felt like I needed some more moss in the bottom of my tree. So I'm just adding some hot glue, and then those pieces that you see that fall off the moss, I'm just adding that in there. And now I'm just going to glue down the manger in the middle of the bottom of the tree. So it's going right there. And I'm going to put Mary down by Jesus's feet, because I figured, you know, she would want to see his face there, and then she can pick him up if she needs to. And then Joseph on the other side. And he has a little beard and all. I thought it was cute. So they do have painted faces. Mary has eyes, baby Jesus has eyes, and then Joseph has eyes and a beard. So there they are. Isn't that cute? Now, really, I could still see the fall words on the back of this. And I was trying to think what I could do to cover that up. So if you decide to do something like this, go ahead and put your moss on before you add your figures to your tree. So again, I'm just using like the cast off stuff from the moss, not the big pieces of the moss. And I just keep doing it because, you know, I get bare spots, and I don't want you to be able to see that fall word there at all. So I do press it down a little bit with my fingers, making sure I don't burn myself. But anytime I see a bare spot, I put more hot glue and then more of those pieces there of the moss. Still filling it in because it kept having bare spots. And I'm just going to keep doing it until I don't see anymore. But I do shake it because you don't want that stuff, if you know, if you put it up somewhere, you don't want a bunch of that falling off. So there it is. My fall word has been covered up. And now we have the star. And this star is the one from the craft kit that I showed you earlier. It's pretty big, but I kind of like it big for this tree here. So really, I used everything from the craft kit except for the stable, and there was a longer, like, skewer type stick that the star was going to be stuck on. And you know, if you want to get this kit from Hobby Lobby, of course, it's 50% off. And like I said, it was $6.99. I saw it in the store yesterday, and 50% off, you know, is $3.50. So I had this glass candle holder, and I had gotten these from Dollar Tree years ago. And I took it outside and I spray painted it with some old brown paint, and it was pretty, the can was pretty well empty, and it just kind of splattered on there, but I liked the look of it, so I went ahead with it. And I'm just adding E6000 and some hot glue to this, and I'm going to glue it to the bottom of our tree, so it'll be the trunk. So you have a Christmas tree and a Holy Family scene inside of it. I thought it turned out pretty good. I like it. You'll have to let me know what you think in the comments. You know, it is the reason for the season. Jesus is the reason. So it does look like a tree, and then you have your little nativity scene in there. Perfect for Christmas. Again, let me know what you think. So I'm Liz, and if you like what you see, give me a thumbs up, and if you would like to subscribe, I would like to have you as a follower, and I'll see you later.